So when you're
Charlotte White, Rootstech Ambassador from Sydney, Australia, and I have with me here today Kerry Farmer, a well-known genealogist from Australia. Kerry, I'd just like to ask you, what brought you to Rootstech in London?
Well, I'd been to Rootstech in 2017 in Salt Lake City, and it was an absolute buzz. I enjoyed the classes, but I particularly enjoyed the networking, talking to other genealogists, speaking to the exhibitors at the stand, find out what was happening, and also to be able to hear the speakers, some of whom were the people that I read to learn about genealogy and what's happening in the world, and the opportunity to sit in a class and hear them teaching was just amazing. And that was in America, where I don't have too many American family in my own research. So when I heard about the London Rootstech, I thought here was a chance to have all the benefits of Salt Lake City, but adding on the benefits of hearing experts talk about British genealogy and the area where my ancestors came from as well. So yesterday was an absolute buzz, and I'm looking forward to the rest of Rootstech too.
And you spoke yesterday, you spoke on migration to Australia, and what made you think of submitting a talk for Rootstech London?
I thought that, well, I mean, it was partly a personal challenge to see, was I going to be brave enough to do it? But also I thought that a lot of people in the UK and other places in Europe and perhaps America as well, but people have ancestors who moved around the world more than they might have expected. And I thought that if I talked something about how to find the records, the migration records into Australia, people might actually be able to find the ancestors that they'd lost out of the British censuses and maybe find that they'd gone to Australia. So I just thought that it would be fun for me to learn about areas that I was interested in, but perhaps also to share some of my knowledge about Australian migration.
As an Australian, have you found things here in the topics, the talks, to interest you?
Oh, very much so. In Salt Lake City, I loved the technology and the DNA talks because some of those were very advanced. I'd say here there are more talks for somebody who's new to the topic of DNA, but there are a few advanced ones that I'm looking forward to as well. But certainly in terms of British history, I'm having a chance to hear people speak about records that I dabble in Australia, but I haven't necessarily heard the experts talking about it. Well, this morning I went to a talk about land records and maps in Britain, and there's certainly something I use, but there were more examples of websites and online resources I could use that I just hadn't explored yet, so I'm looking forward to exploring in my own research too.
So I'd hope that this keeps going, because for us, this is more our ancestral origins. You work a lot with DNA, just getting off the Rootstech topic at the moment, but you get to work with DNA on genetic genealogy. Where do you see a lot of changes in that? Where do you see that? Where do you see the changes that have happened in recent times in genetic genealogy?
When I first started doing genetic genealogy, DNA testing, it was a very small number of people that were doing it, and I started it originally to try to solve a personal problem, but there were so few people doing it that it was almost like just the odd person exploring their own particular problem. Now it is so widespread, so many people have tested, the databases are so big, that I really think that your genealogy research is not complete if you don't confirm what you found in the paper records with the DNA evidence that supports it. You can be very much researching up somebody else's family tree if you don't confirm with DNA as an extra source. And that's been a huge change. And one of the other big changes that I think is the number of tools that are becoming available, many of them freely available, so that you don't have to be a scientist or an expert to be able to use the DNA and to be able to use it in your genealogy to take it further. Solve brick walls that you could have never solved with paper records.
So a conference like this where there's all the DNA companies is perfect.
I've been speaking to exhibitors at some of the different DNA stands and finding out what's coming. And that's the sort of thing that I would really like to know in advance what's going to come, so that when I'm giving DNA talks and somebody says, what do you think will happen? I've got a little bit of an idea of what the different companies are currently working on and where it's likely to go in the near future.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed Rootstech London so
a lot,
Thanks,
Sean.
Kerry.